Hello and welcome to Square Raindrop. I'm Jo Wheeler.
And I'm Steph Golter.
And Steffi, exciting times. You've been chatting to Don
Griffiths, yes. He's spent his whole life looking at cloud seeding and weather modification. And because there's so much online, so many conspiracy theories, so much talk about it, I thought, why not just talk to the expert, find out what's really going on?
You've been trying to contact Reading as well, Reading University.
Yeah, I've been chatting to someone at Reading University and I'm hoping to persuade them to either have an interview or at least give us a few snippets that we can use. And also, just looking around, because obviously weather modification and cloud seeding is quite different from chemtrails. So that's kind of like a different little avenue for us to go down, maybe at a later date. But at the moment, just seeing what happens. Because in the States, it's not a secret. It happens over there and it's quite open. It's only because it's here that we don't really do the cloud seeding that it's all become this kind of like shrouded in mystery kind of thing.
Well, I have found a list of all the weather patents going back until God knows when. I mean, the first ones were quite tedious, to be honest. But later on, they get quite interesting, like artificial snow. And I'm thinking, well, you never tried that. But anyway, I will send those to you and we're going to have a look at that. And even when you've spoken to Reading, we'll have a chat together as well about, what people are thinking and also whatever questions they've got. And if you do have a question, contact us at weather@squareraindrop.com or at Square Raindrop, because
Square Raindrop didn't fit. That's where we are on Twitter. And I believe it's also our Instagram as well. And certainly it's our Facebook page at the moment.
So in this last week, it's been grey and dismal here for most of the time, quite a lot of wet weather, but I did manage just about to get out and tackle that meadow that I call a lawn. But I gather you've gone one step further.
Oh, yes, Jo. I see you struggling out there with a lawnmower and I raise you to a automatic one, a robot one. But see, you know how most of them are £1,600 or thereabouts, and that definitely prices it out of my market. This one was 300 quid.
What?
Yeah, absolute bargain. It's just on Amazon. It's not like hidden anywhere. It's put it on the lawn, press go. That's it. No app. There's no additional functionality. It just mows the lawn. And it is amazing. I had quite low hopes, if I'm honest, given that it was 300 quid and the others are so much more expensive. But I put it outside. You have to put physical barriers up. So if you've got like a dip, it will just like whoop, fall off the edge of the cliff. But it can tell two things. It can tell whether it's going out of the grass. So if suddenly there's a change of base, so if it goes to cement, it will stop. Or if it sees something that's at least 6 inches high, like a plant that you might want to keep, then it will stop. But other than that,
or my dog,
your dog might move, but it's so quiet. It's amazing. Your neighbours will never know you're mowing the lawn. You literally press go. 4 hours, it's quite slow. 4 hours later, it's finished your lawn. And I thought for this year, it'll be amazing because the days when it seems to be sunny are very few and far between. In fact, it's like a morning or an afternoon. And in that time, I may well be doing my day job. So I can't always nip outside with the lawnmower. But with this thing, bung it outside, press go, carry on working. What's your uncle? It's amazing.
When it collects the grass, what does it do with that?
Oh, no, it doesn't collect it. It leaves it on there. But that's the new thought, in that leaving the grass cuttings on the grass is very beneficial for your lawn. And I'm sticking with that.
Now, if I'd done that in the last couple of days, I would have something akin to about, I don't know how many kilos of grass I'd have had. But I mean, a huge amount. I filled up more compost bins than I can imagine, because this place was literally like Sleeping Beauty's forest, and that was just the ground level. I need a scythe for the rest of it.
Yeah, no, if it's more than 6 inches high, it wouldn't do a thing. So yes, you are best to manually do that one.
And do you know something? One thing I have learned about mowing the lawn is Dandelion's Dodge.
Dodge what? The lawnmower?
The lawnmower. When they see the lawnmower coming, they lie down like this. No, this is serious. No, you think I'm lying? You check this out. Yeah, after we've spoken, right? Dandelions, when they see the lawnmower coming, they go like that, right? And as soon as the lawnmower's gone, they go like that again. Yeah, little buggers like. Seriously, they'd spring right back up. And I've literally just done the lawn. I'm sitting there like my grandfather used to do, puffing on my pipe, and you haven't got a pipe. And looking at this beautiful lawn, and slowly these dandelions are coming back up like this, going.
No way. I'm going to Google
Yeah,
that. I'm going to Google that as
you,
soon as we finish
you
it.
Google it. They shrink down. Yeah, they dodge the lawnmower. It's outrageous. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, I woke up to a fairly grey morning this morning, which I wasn't really, well, I was expecting it because I did the forecast, but yesterday was beautiful. Yeah, and this morning was not so cushy. Got a bit of sunlight now, but Steffi, what have we got in store for the next week or so?
Oh, yes. Well, after, what day was it? I'm so confused after the bank holiday. So after Monday, when I
Friday,
got
you had horrible weather.
absolutely chucked it down. I walked from outside the library to inside the library, and in that time my hair stuck to my head, and it was literally, water was literally dripping off my hair. That's how wet it was. But today it was glorious when I woke up. Then the fog came and then lifted, but and now absolutely beautiful. And I am very pleased to say this is going to stick around for more than 5 minutes. My lawnmower was a waste of time, Joe.
Well, you're right, she's going to stick around for a while, but, and you know, as weather forecast, we always like to put a but in there, because we haven't kind of got a high pressure like Humpty Dumpty sitting over us. You know, it's not there, nice and bulbous and fat and just squat. Yeah, this thing is kind of breathing a bit like this. So as it breathes in and out, it's letting bits and cloud in here and there. So actually, even tomorrow morning, you could start off really quite grey. We've got a bit of a northeasterly flow, which is going to bring a lot of cloud in. So we start off fairly grey, then it burns back. And then we take a few days, and then the high pressure is right over us. And so, well, we can still expect some mist and fog, but we don't get that cloud drift. And then come the weekend, it toddles off.
Yeah, what we'll see is day on day, because there's a lot of moisture and yuckiness in the air at the moment. And so day on day, that will begin to thin and get less and less. So yeah, in some places it was really slow to clear today, but we'll find that every day, more or less, it should burn away that little bit more readily. That's the idea anyway.
Well, regardless of what the weather does, the temperatures are.
I know, they're on the up at last. I feel, because the other day, other people were saying, you know, it was 21, 22, but we're under the cloud. It was 13. Like, that doesn't seem fair. And it's going to be quite similar over the next few days, actually. It's warm where it's sunny, but if you get stuck under that cloud, then the temperatures will be quite dismal. And you'll be thinking, what's everybody talking about?
Yeah. Knock it back. Knock it back. Yeah. But, you know, come next weekend, we're looking at a potential 25, 26, possibly even a 27.
And you know what that means?
What does that mean?
You can put the nematodes on top of your box caterpillars.
You can do what?
So, box hedges, very popular. Box hedge caterpillars, very unpopular with gardeners, and they eat the whole thing and they die. And if you go to the tips now and look in all the gardening waste, it's full of box hedges that have been completely eaten by these caterpillars. They don't eat anything else, only box hedges. So nematodes apparently get rid of them, but only if the temperature is over 18 degrees. So I have been waiting like a coiled spring all year for this very opportunity to go and get my box hedge caterpillars.
I'm starting to think I'm reading a Lord of the Rings novel type thing. Yeah, I ventured into the underworld, and I'm actually quite a gardener. And you're talking about box hedge caterpillars. Okay.
They call me Monty Don in my spare time.
Do they? No, they don't. Only in your dreams. And actually, yeah, somebody will write in and say that you're right and I'm wrong, but box hedge caterpillars, I'm starting to think I've just caught you too soon after you've woken up here.
I think actually someone's going to write in and say, don't you dare put nematodes over your box hedge caterpillars. They're sacred animals and they're wonderful and you should keep them and box them. But Milo and Mia, my little ones, they picked over 100 caterpillars off it last year. So I'm not surprised that, I mean, it's only this big. I'm not surprised it's gone. But this is the last year. If it doesn't come back to life at all this year, it's out. It's down the old garden waste.
Okay, fair enough. Well, listen, looking into Wheeler's weekend crystal ball, which I know you don't do. Yeah, you know, the bit that goes beyond the really nice weather.
Your crystal ball? my pinch of salt. But my pinch of salt actually comes in a truck.
Okay, listen. So just to give somebody, a bit of a heads up, and I do, say mitigate this by saying, obviously, the further ahead you go, the less reliant it is. But it does look like next weekend, when it gets really, really hot, we get a bit of a breakdown. But it does look like, well, it seems like we've got high pressure all around us. There's one to the northeast, one to the northwest, the Azores high, and whichever one collapses, another one comes and takes its place. So things kind of disintegrate, become a bit changeable for 4 or 5 days, and then it starts to settle down again. But obviously, that's a long way in advance. But certainly the month of May, not looking too bad, and certainly for the time being, fairly warm.
Yeah, I think the latest thought is that unsettled weather that was supposed to come in towards Sunday might even be held to the north that little bit longer. So we end up with the feed from the south that little bit longer and a little bit more sunshine. But as Joe says, it's all very much up in the air. By the time you get to next Sunday, you might as well get your crystal ball out, throw it out the window, and then make it up.
Along with your salt.
And your nematodes for your box head caterpillar.